Welcome back to my garden. Now, as you can see, we're beginning to get into full swing here in the garden. From peppers growing to tomatoes growing, harvesting beans and the cucumber flowers opening. There's a lot going on. But with that comes issues as well. One of the issues that I'm being affected by is called blight. It is a fungal disease that primarily attacks things like your tomatoes and peppers, potatoes. You do get it on virtually any plant. However, it's most devastating for me on my tomatoes. So, being a fungus, one of the best ways to overcome that issue is to change the pH level. Funguses tend to like warm, moist conditions. And in the garden, you need those warm, moist conditions, especially to produce monstrous plants. If you let your plants dry out too much, especially in containers, not only are they going to wilt, but they're going to drop their fruit, they're going to die. So you need to keep up that moisture. You can shrink the moisture by letting the top of the soil dry out before watering, and then watering deep. However, in a container, you can only do that so much. If you are unable to let your containers dry out enough, you have the option of cutting the blight off and letting your plant outgrow it. However, some plants do not grow as fast as others. And I'm finding this extremely true, again, on five of my tomato plants. So I'm going to go with the option of changing the pH balance. Now, I found it very difficult to find certain gardening items that I need. So I am going a different route than traditional, and I'm not 100% sure if this is going to work, so this is going to be a two-part video. I'm going to explain to you what I am doing, and then in another video, birdies, I'm going to explain to you what I am doing and the theory behind it. And then in the second part to the video, I will give you my update on the progress. This is a yellow peach tomato. As you can see, I have 5 of them lined up on this bench. And this particular one is the worst affected by the blight. Woo! Blight starts out in little dots affecting your tomato leaf. However, the fungus itself is on the bottom side of the leaf. Once it has finished with its little brown dot, it turns the entire leaf to a yellow color. After that, it turns the entire leaf to a yellow color. After that, it spreads dramatically throughout your plants, and it kills off the leaves that you have. As you can see with this yellow peach tomato, picking the blight off from the bottom and allowing the plant to outgrow it has been working sufficiently. Anastasia has joined us. Okay, now that Anastasia has joined us, I do apologize for the interruption. sometimes your plant doesn't outgrow the blight as you snip it off. Now, it is a soil-borne fungus that travels through the wind and affects your plants. Now, like I was saying, certain things you need for your garden are very difficult to come by. For instance, I cannot find borax. I cannot find peroxide. I cannot find neem oil. It's very difficult to get anything for gardening this year. Which is why I have resulted into testing whether or not rubbing alcohol will change the pH balance of my tomato plant enough to kill the fungus called blight without causing permanent damage to my plant. Now, you want to spray just like you're spraying for bugs, the bottoms, the stems, the soil, the tops, but you want to make sure you get the bottoms, and you also want to make sure you're out of the wind when you spray. So, I'm doing a quick mist. I'm getting the soil. And I'm doing the same thing on the other side, trying to stay out of the wind so it doesn't blow back into my eyes. However, I'm only doing it to this particular plant because rubbing alcohol, as safe as it is to use, is extremely acidic. And now this plant, Anastasia hit trying to help me because she likes to jump in to help. She hit this beautiful flower, and where she hit it with the alcohol is already turning brown. It is deteriorating the petals quite quickly, which is why I only did a light misting far away from the plant. I'm only trying to slightly change the pH level to discourage the blight from growing. So thank you very much for tuning in, and I will let you know about the progress maybe in 2 or 3 episodes from now. However, our next episode is going to be about cucumber flowers. So thank you for tuning in, and I will see you next time.